Hello, this is a lecture on palatine tonsil. When we say the patient is having the tonsillitis, at that time these palatine tonsils are infected. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss the parts of tonsil, location of tonsil, relations of tonsil including the tonsillar bed, arterial supply, venous drainage, lymphatic drainage, nerve supply of tonsil and clinical anatomy of the tonsils. Now these tonsils, they are pair of almond shaped masses of lymphoid tissue situated bilaterally in the lateral wall of oropharynx. So when we do the oropharyngeal examination, below the soft palate, behind the tongue, on each side we can visualize the tonsils. They are the part of Waldeyer's ring, that is MALT, that is mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, and these tonsils play important role in immune response of body to antigen. As these tonsils, they are almond shaped, you can imagine it's having two ends, two borders and two surfaces. Two ends, these are upper end and lower end. Two borders, these are anterior border and posterior border. Two surfaces, that is medial surface and lateral surface. Location of the palatine tonsil. They are located in tonsillar fossa, which is bounded in front by palatoglossal arch containing palatoglossus muscle, behind by palatopharyngeal arch containing muscle of the same name. Apex is encroaching soft palate where both arches meet, while base it is related with the dorsal surface of posterior 1/3 of tongue. Relations of tonsil. Anterior border, here in this horizontal section through tonsillar fossa you can see anterior border related with the palatoglossal arch. Posterior border lies deep to the palatopharyngeal arch. Upper end, it encroaches soft palate, while lower end is continuous with the lingual tonsil and connected to the side of tongue by band of fibrous tissue, that is suspensory ligament of tonsil. Now relations of the features of the medial surface of tonsil. This surface, it bulges in oropharynx and is covered by the epithelium of oral cavity, which we know that is non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Now features on medial surface, these are tonsillar pits. There are around 12 to 15 pits. Each pit leads to mucous tubule called tonsillar crypt. These crypts are surrounded by lymphoid follicles. Intratonsillar cleft, it's present in 40% of individuals. It's a remnant of second pharyngeal pouch. Embryonic folds like plica triangularis, plica semilunaris, these are present, and after birth they are replaced by lymphoid tissue. Now relations of tonsil. Relation of lateral surface are important surgically, as from within outward these are loose areolar tissue which contain paratonsillar veins. Then there is a tonsillar bed formed by pharyngobasilar fascia, superior constrictor muscle of pharynx and buccopharyngeal fascia. You can remember mnemonic PSB for pharyngobasilar fascia, superior constrictor muscle of pharynx and buccopharyngeal fascia. Arteries, they also lie deep to this structure. These are facial artery with ascending palatine and tonsillar branches. Then ascending pharyngeal artery and internal carotid artery is related around 2.5 cm behind and lateral to tonsillar sinus and separated by fibro fatty tissue. Arterial supply is by 4 sets of arteries to tonsil. One is inferior tonsillar artery. It's a principal artery to tonsil and it's a branch of facial artery. It reaches antero-inferior part of tonsil after piercing superior constrictor muscle and fibrous capsule. Then anterior tonsillar artery, which is a branch of dorsal lingual branches of lingual artery. Posterior tonsillar artery from ascending palatine branch of facial and ascending pharyngeal arteries. Then superior tonsillar artery, it's a branch of greater palatine artery. Ligature of these arteries, particularly inferior tonsillar, is an important step in the surgical removal of tonsil. Now coming to venous drainage and lymphatic drainage. Venous drainage via paratonsillar vein, which pierces superior constrictor and drain into pharyngeal plexus of veins. Lymphatics drain into jugulo-digastric lymph node. Now factors keeping tonsil in position. These are suspensory ligament of tonsil, stalks of blood vessels entering and exiting tonsil, and attachment of palatopharyngeus and palatogaseous muscle to fibrous capsules of tonsil. Nerve supply to tonsil is by 9th cranial nerve, which is glossopharyngeal nerve, and by greater and lesser palatine branches from pterygopalatine ganglion. These nerves convey general and taste sensation from tonsil. Coming to important aspect, that is the clinical anatomy. Tonsils are lymphoid tissue, so prevent infection. They are part of body's immune system. Tonsillitis, when these tonsils are infected, enlarged and erythematous, that is red in color, that is we know it's a acute tonsillitis. If it's recurrent and if it's creating problem to the patient, then we do the tonsillectomy. Now during this tonsillectomy, if the paratonsillar vein is injured, it leads to excessive venous hemorrhage. Now if the glossopharyngeal nerve is injured during tonsil surgery, patient complains of loss of taste sensation post-operatively. Sometimes pain from infected tonsil is referred to middle ear, as both the structure, that is tonsil and middle ear, they are supplied by common nerve, that is the glossopharyngeal nerve. Thank you.